welcome back to Live at the Roxy. I haven't been here for almost 2 weeks. That is so unlike me. There was a lot of catch up I was playing after shooting Crust, and then I was traveling, and it was like, I don't know if any of you guys saw my Instagram story, but getting back here, I don't love when people bitch about flying because it's just such a miracle that we're able to get from one place to another. But a 6 hour flight turned into a 12-hour flight in which we had to emergency land in Vermont because of weather, and they ran out of fuel, and it was a whole fucking to do. So anyway, I just haven't been here, but I am here now. My Logitech did officially break though, so I'm on this Apple Cam, which is not it's not serving for me the way that I wish that it was. I also just went on a walk, so she's a little dewy. But I have a lot to talk about in terms of entertainment, and I didn't want to not be here any longer. So get in your Streamlabs, questions, comments, concerns, anything that I've missed over the last 13 days, anything you want to know about my trip back home or me, or questions about you, plus anything going on in pop culture. I saw The Little Mermaid. I have been paying attention mostly to my favorite celebrity, Drew Barrymore, who legitimately put out a video saying, fuck you, tabloids. You guys are atrocious. Talk about that. Pete Davidson just left a message for PETA saying, suck my dick. So we will talk about that. I feel like everybody's at their wits' end, including the celebs. The Dave finale was one of the best episodes of TV I've ever seen. I haven't been able to talk to you guys about it, so I want to talk about that. Plus, I watched the pilot of The Idol, which is apparently one of the most controversial shows that we've seen buzz on the internet in a long time. I'm very confused by the controversy. So let's break that down. And like I said, plus anything that's going on with you guys, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. I have not seen The Flash yet because they had all those screenings while I'm back here. I'm bummed I'm not going to be able to see it for a while, but I am excited I'll be able to see it with the people. It's always better seeing movies with fans than it is with critics. Seeing movies with critics is always like, can you guys line up? And I know it's their job, and they're doing their job, and their part of their job is telling people whether or not something is good, so they know whether to spend the fucking $25 it costs to see a movie now. And by the way, the movie theater back here, when I went to go see Little Mermaid, it had heat seats in the seats. The seats were hot. It was amazing. All movie theaters should have butt warmers in their seats. It was like, mwah, thank you. The movie theater is cold. I would like my butt to be hot. And it's individual preference. Let me have it. So good. All right, let's get into the Streamlabs. So since I saw you guys last, let's see what's happening. We got a Streamlab from Ash who said, damn, I was watching it 2 times to try and catch up before the end, but looks like I was seconds too late. Well, you're not too late for this stream. Maybe you are. I don't know. John Get Bent, he said this a couple days ago. He said, super random question, but have you heard Jeff Snyder's story about boxing Yui Bowl in Vancouver in 2002? And if so, what did he say about it? And if not, next time you talk to him, try to sneak in the conversation somewhere if you want to. I don't know what Yui Ball is. I know nothing about boxing. Sorry, that sounds like it might be a person. So no, I definitely haven't heard that story. Mike K in the Streamlabs with the most inappropriate question yesterday that I've ever heard, but we'll navigate it together. He said, I've been curious, but figured you wouldn't answer while you were together. But was Canada good in bed, and was he big down there? So part of this question, I think, is wildly inappropriate because I always find it so strange when other people really want to know about the size of somebody's genitals. No offense to you, Mike K. You can ask anything you want, but it's just like so weird. I don't care. I don't know why you would care, but it's a question I get all the time. So that's interesting. The other part of the question, I don't really feel like I can answer about any living person on the planet either. Like, is somebody good in bed? I don't think that's how it works. It's a two-way street. People are either compatible with each other or they're not, or they're kind of compatible or they're more compatible. So I always think it's psychotic when people say things like, people will be like, I'm really good in bed. And it's like, that's a psycho statement. Like, it's like people who say like, I'm a great kisser. It's like, it takes two to tango. It's a chemistry thing. It's not are they good or are they bad? Um, and that's my honest answer to the question. Like, I can't answer for anybody ever. Like, is somebody good or bad? It's, are you guys good together? Hopefully that helps a little bit. I'm curious why you wanted to know. An interesting thing to be curious about. Lloyd, always low Lloyd, says Team Stryer. Thanks, Lloyd. I've missed the Team Stryers because I haven't been here. So anyway, thank you for that. I will be on the World Rolls tomorrow night, and on Friday I will be there for Only Stupid Answers. So we'll be back in the schedule. Austin Kramer in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says just showing love. Thank you. I feel that love. I appreciate it. Okay. Keep sending the Streamlabs. Keep asking your questions. Keep letting me know how you feel about some of these topics. Let's get to Pete Davidson. Let's start at the very Pete Davidson. He said, this is actually, I'm going to play it for you guys. I could tell you what he said, or I could show you what he said, which feels like the better move because, yeah, he was definitely bummed. And I guess what happened was that PETA went after him for not adopting his dog, which PETA often does. So we'll listen to this and then we'll talk about why people can't stand PETA sometimes. PETA, not Pete. I love Pete.
Hi, my name's Pete Davidson. This message is for Daphna. Thank you so much for making comments publicly that I didn't adopt a dog. I just want to let you know I'm severely allergic to dogs, so I have to get a specific breed. I'm only not allergic to cavapoos and those type of dogs. And my mom's dog, who was 2 years old, died a week prior, and we're all so sad, so I had to get a specific dog. So why don't you do your research before you create news stories for people, because you're a boring, tired you and suck my dick. And this message.
Fuck you and suck my dick. Okay, so let's talk about a couple different things. Has PETA done some good things in life ever? Yes. But this is the problem with like absolutists, right? And it's so hard for me because you guys know I'm the biggest Pamela Anderson fan, and she rides for PETA, and like Britney's rode for PETA too. A lot of my favorite celebs ride for PETA. And I get it. In theory, right? Do we want to protect the animals? Yes. Like, is it good to adopt animals that need homes, as opposed to shopping and spending thousands of dollars on animals because they're prettier? In theory, yes, of course. But like the way that they throw the red paint and they try to blow up people's lives if they don't follow in line with exactly what PETA thinks they should be doing, is just not the way that any of us should live. Like, it's not a cute look. And they've been doing this, like Corey said, for 30 years. They've been doing this forever. Everybody's got different circumstances. If you buy a dog instead of adopting, are you a horrible person? Absolutely not. A, maybe you are allergic to dogs like Pete Davidson is, and he needs to get a hypoallergenic, very specific dog. B, maybe, and I'm not saying this about Pete, but people in general, maybe you just really fucking like one specific kind of dog. And maybe you just want that dog. Like, do we look at people who buy expensive cars as opposed to buying more eco-friendly cars and say, horrible person? No, they like that other car better. It's just, I don't ever understand. Things got really murky during the time of vaccinations when we were all concerned about everybody getting vaccinated. And like, a lot of people have claimed that I have said that people, there should be a mandate, which I've absolutely never said. I've never thought there should be a mandate. I've never thought that the government should be able to force anybody to put something in their body that they don't want to put in their body. Well, I, of course, got vaccinated because I believe in that was the best thing to do, protect myself and protect my loved ones. But it's like, it reminds me now of every conversation feels like that, where it's like you're with me or you're against me. You either adopt your dogs or you're a horrible person. You either you either don't drink out of water bottles or you don't care about the environment. You either use paper straws or you're fucking awful. Like there's just so much aggression towards individual people if they don't make the same decision that you make. And while I think it's beautiful that so many people are out here adopting dogs, to like bash somebody because they bought a dog is just so fucking asinine. Like, who is he hurting? Let him live. It's just what are we talking about? It's just crazy. Kind of similar, different but similar to Drew Barrymore's video. Drew Barrymore put out a video that I'll play for you guys also, where she was very upset with the tabloids this week. And if you follow Drew Barrymore's history in the way that I have as a diehard Drew Barrymore fan, you guys know she's been in the public eye since she was 9 years old. Has had very difficult life in some ways. Of course, she's been very privileged in a lot of ways, but she was thrown at it. She's like the original child star. I mean, I don't mean that she's the first child star, as of course, like let's say earliest child star would be maybe Shirley Temple. Like that's crazy. Judy Garland. Like my mic wasn't unplugged though. Okay, I plugged into a different thing. We'll see if this works better now. I have what the fuck ever. Oh my god. Can anything just work? The camera can't work, the mic can't work, nothing can work. Hopefully this works. You guys let me know. Anyway, she's a huge child star that comes with a lot of baggage. She's talked a lot about addiction in the past. She's talked about going to nightclubs at 11 years old. You know, she's had a very tough relationship with her family. And so Davey says Pete got my audio. It's very possible. So this is the video that Drew Barrymore, let's go find it. Nope, it's not her. Drew Barrymore put out a video yesterday that was kind of heartbreaking to listen to, because if you love her like I do, then you feel for the pain that she has in this. And she never speaks like this. So it really caught me off guard when I found it on her Instagram. Okay.
You know what? To all you tabloids out there, you have been fucking with my life since I was 13 years old. I have never said that I wish my mother was dead. How dare you put those words in my mouth? I have been vulnerable and tried to figure out a very difficult, painful relationship while admitting it is difficult to do while a parent is alive. And that for those of us who have to figure that out in real time, cannot wait, as in they cannot wait for the time, not that the parent is dead. Don't twist my words around or ever say that I wish my mother was dead. I have never said that. I never would. In fact, I go on to say that I wish that I never have to live an existence where I would wish that on someone, because that is sick.
So that's what she said. And it speaks to like just the scandalous nature of what tabloids want to do and how they want to make everybody look like they've done something awful just so that they can get views and that they can get money and that they can get eyes and ears and dollar signs, because eyes and ears lead to dollar signs. It's just, it just really grossed me out. And yeah, just awful. She wrote on the video, "To all you tabloids." Um, in an interview, let's see, there's more on this too. She did an interview, I think it was on her own show, where she compared her relationship with her mother to the relationships her neighbors have with their parents, most of whom are since deceased. She said all their moms are gone and my mom's not. And I'm like, well, I don't have that luxury, but I cannot wait. I don't want to live in a state where I wish someone to be gone sooner than they meant to be so I can grow. So she was saying that no part of that was saying that she wished her mom was dead. She didn't want her words to be manipulated. She also had said in that interview, she said, I actually want her to be happy and thrive and be healthy, but I have to fucking grow in spite of her being on this planet. So what I take this as, she's talking about other people's moms, and she's saying, I think what she's saying is, when your mom is gone or somebody is gone, it does give you a chance to like have it be finite in a way that you can kind of grieve and that person is not here anymore. But when they are here, you guys can't hear me? Oh, no, you can. When they are here, you still have to grapple with the fact that they're on the planet, and it's challenging. That's not her saying she wishes that her mom was dead. She's just talking about how difficult it is to have a living parent on the planet that you have a tumultuous relationship with. And it's just like, to then tabloid that and say Drew wishes her mom was dead is so fucking wrong and not accurate. It's just not accurate. And this is why people hate the tabloids. But then we keep that whole cycle going. Alexander Wilson says, every time I see the movie It's a Wonderful Life, and when the actor that plays Mr. Potter comes on, I always think of Drew because he's her grand uncle. Yeah, that is cool. That is definitely cool. So also in the Streamlabs, Mike Joyce says, Taylor Swift just broke up with her boyfriend. What are the odds that Pete Davidson is going to end up dating her? That's interesting. I didn't know. I never know who she's dating. I'm not up to date on the Taylor Swift love life stuff. Gosh, people are so obsessed with her, and I get it. She is like a fucking queen, but I don't know anything about her love life. Who is she dating? Pete Davidson going to end up with her? Okay, so we know Pete Davidson has been with Ariana Grande, Kim Kardashian. I feel like Kate Bosworth. Is that correct? Is there somebody recently too? I just don't get the sense that Taylor Swift would be his type, but maybe. She is always changing. I don't get the sense that Pete Davidson would be Taylor Swift's type. She seems to like really like pretty boys, and Pete Davidson's a little more, at least from what I knew. Could be wrong. In the super chat, hey, beautiful. I always appreciate you and your live streams along with World Girls. I enjoyed Spider-Man Across Spider-Verse. Thanks, Andrew. Yeah, Spider-Man Across Spider-Verse was fucking bomb.com. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider. Getting your questions, comments, concerns, bits, butts, thoughts, twats. Let me know. Ask me things about being home in Boston. I haven't been here for a couple weeks. Just send in that support. Let me know if you have questions about the Drew Barrymore situation, Pete Davidson situation, or your thoughts. What do you guys think in general when a celebrity has a qualm with a company or has a qualm with an individual at that company? You know, like Pete addressed it to the certain person at PETA. Drew kind of addressed it to tabloids in general. Do you think they should use their platform to kind of go after the situation and shed light on the situation? Or do you think that it's best for them to just keep it pushing and not say anything publicly? I'm curious on your opinion. I used to always be like, who cares? Like when I was younger, you guys have such great lives and it's fine. But like now that I've received 1/1000th of the kind of public figureness that they have, I realize that it's just like when people are attacking you, people are attacking you. It doesn't matter if you have a following. It doesn't matter if you have money. It doesn't matter. It's fucking hurts the same exact way where it's just like, and I can imagine on their level, it would hurt maybe even more to be like, what the fuck? You're trying to tear down my public image, which is what I do for a living. It's very difficult. Question from Alexander Wilson. He says, any updates on the movies you are/were filming? Yes, I do. Do I have updates? On Lola's Instagram and in that Deadline article, it said that coming August, I'll keep you guys posted on what exactly that means when I know more about it. But that was that movie. On the Crust movie, I don't know what their release plan is yet. I did get a text from the director, which was awesome, saying that he was reviewing footage and that I looked great and was really funny, and he was happy with my scenes. So I was stoked about that. That was really exciting for me. Usually movies take like a year to 2 years of this size to be released. As you guys know, I shot Lola not this last summer, but the summer before that. So almost in August, it will be 2 years. So I'll shot it in August and it will hopefully be coming out in August. So it'll be 2 years since we shot it. So it takes a long time to see these things. You guys know it's like about editing them and all the finding the right score and soundtrack and getting distribution and all of that. So I think that it will be a little while away. And I have another couple projects that hopefully I'm working on this year that I'll keep you guys posted about. But from this movie, I think it's tail spinning me into a couple of other things, which would be really, really great. Shall keep you guys posted on that. And still working on the Hanukkah script, which again, keep you posted on all of it. It's very, very exciting. Very, very exciting. So thank you for the question. And thank you for giving a shit about my projects. I appreciate that. John Lestrina in Streamlabs says, you all came because you wanted to see a race. Let's race. Dominic Toretto. John, I don't know what I would do without your fast references. Thank you for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's talk about The Idol. So by a show of comments, who in here has seen The Idol? I've been hearing a lot of controversial things about the show for the last several months. There was controversy behind the scenes. There was storylines that were leaked. People were saying that it was like torture porn, that this was ridiculously upsetting, that it didn't hold a candle to Euphoria. There was a lot of people saying a lot of things about this show. It got a 26% on Rotten Tomatoes, a 5 out of 10 on IMDb. Google users, 65% like the show. It's definitely got some really big people attached to it. The Weeknd have been commenting and responding, being like, oh yeah, we pissed everybody off. So for months and months, this has been, if you're a TV fan, this has been something that you have probably been paying attention to. It's got Lily Rose Depp starring as the star Joss, The Weeknd. But then there was also appearances from a lot of other actors that we absolutely love. Dan Levy, Rachel Sennett, who, if you guys didn't see Shiva Baby, I can't recommend it enough. Also Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. Eli Roth was in this. Hooray Neff, interestingly enough, I went to high school with Hooray, so that was really cool. Hank Azaria, which was like, wow, I'm obsessed with him. Yeah, a lot of stars, just a lot of fucking stars on the show. It's a Sam Levinson show, which is why it's getting the comparisons to Euphoria, his other show. Just a bit, and it's HBO. It's an HBO original, so there's a lot going in behind the show. Let's see what's going on with you guys right now. Who watches? So let's see. Mike saw it. Sam says I stopped as soon as I saw the trigger warning. Kevin's planning on checking it out. A lot of you guys have not seen it. Mike says it's not terrible, but it's not good either. John's never heard of the show. Steve says, I saw The Idol. It's all right. So, okay. A lot of you guys have either seen it or not seen it on purpose. And a lot of you guys also have not, or some of you have not even heard of it. So I'm here to tell you guys just my thoughts on watching the pilot, because I went into it with like so many people saying on Twitter, it's the worst show of all time. This is horrible. How could they make it? And then some people being like, I really fuck with this show. I watched the episode and thought to myself, regardless of whether I like this or don't like this, which I'll get to, I don't really get what the controversy is all about. It just seemed like a kind of normal episode of TV. It wasn't that out there for an HBO show. Was this more out there than some of the raunchiest episodes of Game of Thrones or Sex and the City or Girls or any of the other HBO shows I've seen? Not really. I thought that it was very like average HBO in terms of there was a lot of like sexiness to it. There is drug usage. There is like outlandish statements, but so is that in Euphoria, right? Like the way that the show does open, there's characters making commentary like about how mental illness is sexy, right? That's part of what people are saying is so controversial. But I didn't feel like the show believed that mental illness was sexy. I thought that that's what one dickhead character was believing and stating. Characters on shows all the time say sentences that the shows don't believe, a la Succession. Like, you don't think that I don't feel that the show believes mental illness is sexy. I believe this dickhead character thought this. Did I like the show? I thought it was, honestly, my honest opinion was, I thought it was fine. I thought it was a fine pilot. I thought Lily Rose Depp did an amazing job. She's a very, very powerful performer. Makes sense. She comes from a line of performers that are very talented. The show, did it grab me? No. Was I interested enough to watch the next episode? Yeah. I'm kind of curious about her character and the Weeknd's character, where they go from here. The scenes from upcoming weeks, it felt very slice of lifey. Like there's not that much of a plot from those scenes, but the show was totally fine. Yeah, I'm shocked. I'm just shocked with the amount of people. This is so controversial. Have you never seen a show on HBO? I genuinely don't understand. This is so in line with all of the other HBO things I've ever seen. For those of you guys who did watch it, let me know your thoughts. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider, super chat in. For those of you guys who didn't watch it, are you planning on watching it, or what would it take for you to watch it? I want to look at some of those Rotten Tomatoes reviews, because that is, to me, just shocking that it's at a 26% but a 61 audience score. So here's what some of the reviewers had to say, or this is the critics' consensus. Every bit as florid and sleazy as the industry, it seeks to satirize. The idol places itself on a pedestal with unbridled style, but wilts under the spotlight. It's very aggressive. It's very aggressive for a show that was like totally fine. Maybe they saw more than I did. Maybe I'm missing something. I just genuinely don't know. Wilts under the spotlight. Like, really? In what way? I don't know. Okay, Financial Times, Dan Inav said, 2 out of 5, a seriously ill-conceived, cynical vanity product created by and starring pop behemoth The Weeknd, real name Abel Tesfaye. Great. CNN, Brian Lowry said, despite endeavoring to feel provocative, the idol mostly traffics in limp cliches and very, very stifled performances. I didn't get that sense. USA Today, Kelly Lawler said, it's a hopeless try hard, and worse, it's painfully dull. It was a little dull. That's what I'm saying. It was fine. It wasn't painfully dull. Slash Film gave this a positive review and gave it a certified fresh. The Idol is sensational, messy, and amateur, and deeply worth watching. Okay. Screen Rant, Graham said, The Idol, for all its flashy marketing and controversy, is boring. There's an intriguing story underneath, but it's buried by vanity and superficiality. That I could see. Like, you might be bored by this. You might be, but controversial. I'm not fully getting it. Seems like a lot of you guys are kind of agreeing. Sam says Euphoria is controversial. Is also controversial to Euphoria, but not like this. I didn't feel like the controversy around Euphoria was as, public and screamy as this. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Send in questions, comments, concerns, support. Thank you to everybody who is watching right now. I appreciate you guys being here. Anybody in here watch that Dave finale? It's interesting because there was so many finales that week that were series finales. Ted Lasso, Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Barry, Succession. So I feel like the finales that were season finales, like Yellow Jackets and Dave, were not as spoken about because those shows are going to be coming back. I don't know if they've announced that Dave is coming back, but it feels like Dave is coming back. So I didn't hear as much about Dave or Yellow Jackets, but Yellow Jackets was great finale also. I talked a little bit about that here a couple weeks ago. Dave was maybe the best season finale I've seen since Severance. Severance was the greatest first season finale ever. Just so good. But this finale, it's just fucking shocking what this show is able to do. Do any of you guys watch Dave? And if you're not watching Dave, I can't recommend it enough. I love these types of shows, these cringe comedy shows. I love Rami. I love Curb Your Enthusiasm. Nothing for Nothing. One of my favorite shows ever was Louie. Again, that's not a commentary on the man, just the show. I fucking loved it. And I love Dave. So this genre works really well for me. But Dave is just so good. And the way that this season, and spoilers for who was in the show, but the way this season that they were able to get Rachel McAdams, Brad Pitt, and Drake, Usher, this season was fucking insane. And to have Brad Pitt in the final episode for the entirety of the episode, it's not just because he was in it, the stuff that they were having him do as Brad Pitt. It's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I think that the show is so great, so cringe, so self-aware, and great window into huge parts of the industry. Brad Pitt was phenomenal in this episode. The person who played the stalker was phenomenal in this episode. Dave is great. He sucks so much that you like his best friend Gata so much more. His hype man Gata was incredible. It was just, yeah, so good. Couldn't be happier with that finale. I feel like none of you guys watch. Brandy doesn't watch. Mike says he should start. Wow, Muhammad doesn't watch. Steve doesn't watch. None of you guys watch Dave? That's crazy to me. That is ludicrous. Well, maybe you should start. It is very, very good. I am getting out of here soon. I'm really excited about the rest of my trip here. Just going over with you guys. I'll be back here in a couple of days, but tonight my person that I call my aunt since I was born, my mom's best friend, is coming to town. So I'm so excited for that. I haven't seen her in years, not since pre-pandemic. So we're getting dinner and I'm stoked. And then tomorrow I'll be doing the World Girls. So I'll see you guys then. And Thursday, I'm getting dinner with one of my best friends. And Friday, doing Only Stupid Answers. And then on Saturday, I leave for this wedding that I'm going to in Martha's Vineyard. and I'm third wheeling with one of my favorite couples. And then Sunday coming back and then flying back home either Monday or Tuesday. So I booked it, but I don't remember which date. It's going to be a whirlwind week. So thank you guys for being here with me today. I'll try to come back here. Maybe Thursday is a good day for me to pop back in, see what entertainment news is going on then. Wow, none of you guys watch Dave. I'm just looking in the comments. That is so crazy. So get in your Streamlabs. If you are watching this after the fact, Streamlabs in, and I'll hit it the next time I'm on the show. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider. Huge thank yous to everybody who Streamlab between the last show and now. John Get Ben, Ash, Mike K, Lloyd, Austin Creamer, and John Strina. Did I say Mike Joyce? I hope I did. And also to those of you guys who super chatted in, Alexander Wilson and Andrew Thomas. So appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here, for supporting, and for giving a shit. Yep. It's there. All right, much love, my friends. Stay safe, stay sane. Put down the toilet seat and live. We don't want those buffoons. Don't drown with the Holocaust. Justice for all the people who lost their lives due to excessive force. My body, my choice. Wherever you're on the rainbow, we love you. Happy Pride Month. Yes. We stand with the women of Iran, some of the bravest women we've ever seen. Zen Glenn, we are thinking about you all the time. Glenn Caesar, you are on our minds. We hope you're doing okay. I keep asking for updates from you. I haven't heard anything. If anybody has any updates, please let me know. Okay, and that's all, folks. I will see you guys hopefully Thursday, but definitely tomorrow on the World Girls for the World Girls. All right, later.